So I've been asked a few times on Reddit what my beard care routine is. I said I'd put up a YouTube video, so that's what this is going to be. I just got out of the shower, blow dryer, beard comb, made of wood. Usually I just blow dry until it's kind of dry. I want to leave a little bit of water in there so that the oil spreads around. So that's what I'm going to do now. Blow dryer on high, a mix of hot and cold. Here we go. Once that's good to go, I usually blow dry the mustache out so that it doesn't look like this. So again, on super high, pull it out. It's gonna stay kind of like this, but it helps out. Now the oil, just got this stuff in the mail. It's Grave Before a Shave. Smells pretty good. I was using the Beard brand stuff before. It works pretty well. It's just a fairly high quality beard oil. Just thought I'd try something different. So what I do is 1 drop for each side of my mustache. So I have 2 drops for that. 2. 1 drop. Out. And then the other side. Give it a little twist. Basically the whole process, you always want to be trying to pull the mustache out, because if you don't, it ends up staying in your mouth pretty much all day. The rest of the beard, I go with 6 or 7 drops of this stuff. So we'll do 1, 2, and it's quite a bit. I don't know how much I'm actually supposed to use because just kind of made it up from what I've read. So it looks about like that. It smells pretty good, this stuff too. It's really citrusy. I had the lumberyard stuff before from Beard Brand. I like that stuff a lot. Has a pretty good scent. It's not crazy overpowering. This stuff's really strong. So again, the water that I left in the beard when I blow dried it helps kind of spread it out a little bit. You pretty much always want to be pulling down, because if you don't, you end up with a beard that stays like out here. Don't really want that. Once that's in, I kind of just give it a pretty good brush. I have a double-sided one. This one's kind of like the hard side, more or less grabs the hair and pulls. This one's the one that I use to spread, just kind of spread some of the oil around. So usually I give it a couple of brushes with the hard side, and then a couple with the soft one. That's about it for oil. Onto the balm. Just got this stuff too, which is Topher's Beard Company, Sandalwood and Cedar. Smells pretty good. It's pretty strong. Again, I had the lumberyard before. It smelled pretty good. I like that stuff a lot, but just thought I'd try something new. So this is the Topher's. As you can see, pretty much brand new. It's a little bit harder to get out, this one though. So you gotta really, I gotta scrape it pretty hard with my thumb. So once we're good on that, I usually use about that much, which is like a, I don't know if you can see the light there. It's about a thumbful. So depending on the stuff that you have, oh, I need a little bit more actually. Depending on the stuff that you have, it'll either melt really easily or it won't. This stuff's a bit harder to melt than the Beard brand, but it does melt. So in the palm, kind of heat it up pretty good. Then once it's liquid, in it goes. So again, a lot of questions that I get are how do I get my mustache to do what it does? I treat it kind of like a separate thing. So you'll notice like I haven't really mustached or put a lot of the balm in my mustache. And even the oil I do separately. It's kind of out of control if I don't. So once that's in, I usually kind of just grab a little bit more. So we'll go with about a quarter of what I used before. So same thing, I usually just do it in the fingertips. Take a little bit in each, melt it up quite a bit, and then off we go. Again, always pulling out. Try and get some pretty good coverage. I like to twist. Problem that I have is that I have a lot of... Oh, my phone fell off there. One sec. Problem that I have is I have a lot of hair here. So a lot of the times I find I have just beard hair that's in my mustache. Doesn't look great all the time. Sometimes I have a pretty good mustache day. Today might be one of those days. So, pull out. It's spread pretty nicely. I give it a curl to kind of keep it up like that. See, I got some beard hair in there. There we go. Give it a good twist and up. So that's what I do with the balm. This balm has a pretty good hold, so it's my phone's going again. This balm has a pretty good hold, so I can kind of keep it like I would just go to work like this. But typically what I do, if I have wax in, which I think I'll probably just put in anyway, I usually blow dry. I have one of these guys, which does help a lot. It's a little bit big. The ones that I've seen in other videos are smaller, so they're kind of like easier to maneuver the mustache. This one pulls the beard hair a lot. It doesn't really matter. So I usually just blow dry on hot and pull out. So I'm just going to wash my hands because they're loaded with balm. Okay. So usually I put it on low. No need for high on this one. Turn it on the hot setting. So like I have mine as 2 super hot, one up at the top, and then I turn on the super hot to really like melt the balm. I'll do the same with the wax in a second. Pull it out, and then cold setting to set it. I won't do that until I put the wax in. So here we go. Low. So one pull on hot, and then one on cold. And then out. Same thing here. One on hot, and then one cold. So if I wasn't putting wax in today, this is it. This is how I generally go to work. I'll give it another good comb with this, kind of get under and pull down. And that's it. That's how I go to work. So I gotta find my wax. Oh, there it is. This stuff is the Temple Smoke from Beard Brand. Smells really awesome. My wife loves it. She wasn't a huge fan of the Lumberyard mustache wax. It smells a little bit different than the oil and the balm for whatever reason. This one holds way better too. So with the wax, can't get the cap off. With the wax, get out of there. There we go. So a lot of videos that I've seen, like guys are heating it up and applying it. That doesn't work for me. I don't know what the problem is. I generally don't do that. So what I do is I just kind of pick it with my thumb. So I'll take a little bit. You don't want a huge amount. It's just enough for me to keep those out of my mouth all day. A little bit tiny, tiny, tiny amount. And then that much each side. Maybe a little more if necessary. So you melt the Christ out of it. Pull. Start from the top. Lip to tip. And then curl. Oh, got some beard hair in there. I kind of do that to separate it. That's it. Now the other side. Pull about the same amount. A lot of mornings I'm fighting with my stash because it doesn't do what I want it to do, or I find that it looks terrible. It probably doesn't. I don't think anybody notices, but I do. So it, you know, this one, if I use wax, it takes quite a while. So again, lip to tip. Oh, got even more beard hair, so I come around and give it a twist. Pull. Oh, I missed that side. And again, the most important thing for me is keeping it out of my mouth so I'm not eating it all day. And that. Oh. There it is. So it looks really crazy and wingy now, but generally the weight of it with the wax and the balm, it'll just kind of come down as per normal. But the best part is those hairs don't get into my mouth, which is the best thing ever, because I hate when that happens. So again, last thing, usually I'll put it on the super hot again, just on the low heat set or the low air setting, pull out once with hot and then once with cold. That's it. That's how I do my beard in the morning. I've gotten pretty good at it. It takes like 10 minutes. Well, the video is at 12 and a half, so I mean, hey, talking in that. Yeah, hope that helps.